Well guys, today is the day. We're picking up the frame for Project Home Built over at Chris White's house. Buddy of mine, he's always got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have another video. I'm gonna do a tour of his place, check out some of these old cars he's got out here. But he's got a frame for me, and I don't know, we'll get her loaded up. Get this thing, and hopefully it'll be fast when we get done. So if you've been following me for a little while, this place might look a little familiar. This is where I got the mud buggy thing at. So scroll down, you'll probably see that video somewhere. That'll be the project I do after this car is built. Well guys, the time is now. We're getting started on Project Home Built finally. Had a lot of stuff going on lately and just haven't had time to get a frame and get everything to get rolling on it. Chris White Motorsports has graciously helped us out getting a frame for the car. If you've seen the video of walking around his place, you see that he's got a lot of stuff laying around there. So he helped me out pretty good on that. He also helped us out on a cage kit. He did some trading for another car, and it had a all-star performance cage kit. Now we don't know if there's something missing on the kit or if there's some pieces added to it. We're just not sure. But I got it. Got the frame in the shop. Got the cage laid out here in the shop. Reminder that Project Home Built is not a how-to. We're not going to show you how to build a car because I don't know. I've put in a few 4-point cages and some stuff. I've repaired and clipped and done all kinds of stuff on race cars since I was in high school, which is 20 years ago now. I've always wanted to build a car. Now, the time is now, I guess, because the wagon, she's down. All right, if you've seen videos or pictures of the wagon, she's hurting pretty bad. And you know, the SuperTech 600 is a big part of our racing program, along with the Solo 275 and any other enduro type racing that we can get our hands on. So the wagon, my favorite car of all time, it's hurting. So I'm going to fix it, but you know, you kind of know when to quit. So I'm going to get it fixed, and we're going to do videos on that, on probably how not to do it, but we're going to do it. Anyway, fixing that car. We're going to get this new car built. We got a lot of people that stepped up so far. Just to name a few, PM's going to be sending us a quick change. All Pro Driveline sending us a drive shaft. Hitman Graphics, they're going to send us a wrap for it. Who else? X Factor, they're sending us some parts for it. Kevco's sending us some stuff. Man, I know I'm missing some people. I should write this stuff down, and I will. We're going to have all this stuff more and more organized as it goes. I've never done a video project as big as this is fixing to be. I think it's going to be a neat deal. We're going to showcase that you can build a car. If you're wanting to build a car or you're wanting to get into racing, you don't have to buy a $40,000 roller. You can, everything's available there. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a tube and bender. You don't have to have, you know, a chassis jig. We're going to put this thing on some jack stands and we're going to build it. Now, is it going to be, you know, a 40,000 roller quality car? Probably not. I mean, I can weld pretty decent, and I kind of I could, you know, somewhat be a fab guy here, but I'm not a, you know, I'm not master built. You know, I'm not Rocket. I'm not Jimmy Mars. We're not building Shaw cars up here. Nothing. It's going to be a stock car in a shop that you're going to see dirty. You're going to see dogs licking their balls in here. You're going to see kids running around at some point. You're going to see people in here drinking beer, probably watching me work. You might even see my butt crack at some point trying to, you know, work on something. You just don't know. If you see it in your shop, it's going to be a regular shop. I'm not going to spruce it up. My shop is a train wreck. If you've ever been out here, it's the Sanford & Son of racing. We've got shit everywhere. We've been in this shop since 92, I think it is. My handprint is on the concrete out here, and it was when I was little. So there's just going to be a lot to this thing. You're going to see all the shit in the background. None of it's for sale unless I say it's for sale. So please don't ask me what's for sale. Anyway, I'm in my presidential chair right here. We got the old wagon in the background. Car's in the shop, or the frame is in the shop. I'm going to get it on some jack stands soon. I've been doing some measuring on it, making sure everything's square on it. Going to get some stuff cleaned up off of it. Going to try to set up a few things on this cage kit to kind of see what I want to do. I got a few cars out here, okay? When I say a few, maybe 15 race cars out here. Old and new, or running and trashed. But there's a little something on everything that I like. So I'm going to try to pull in my favorite parts of each one of these cars and get it going. You know, I'm going to do the rear end, you know, the rear clip like this car. I'm going to do the main cage like this car. I'm going to do the front loop like this car, that sort of thing. So I got to get all that worked out. I'm working on this thing in between other projects. I've got a really big project coming that's going to take a lot of time if that thing takes off. And God willing it does, because then that'll pay for this whole project. And some racing, you know what I mean? We're going to be running the old 199 this year a bunch, so we're going to need some money. So if this other deal works out, it's going to be good. And I'll be making a big post about that when it does happen. You'll be seeing a lot more of it. It's not racing related. It's just me related. If you like following me and listening to me ramble about dumb shit or do stupid stuff, then you'll definitely want to pay attention to that when I get it posted. Anyway, let's show you what we got going. All right, first off, the wagon. The wagon's torn up, guys. I've been trying to whittle away at it. I don't know if you can see. That's kind of what a frame looks like when you come to a dead stop after about 60, 70 miles an hour. I think it's all in front of the horns. I mean, all of the frame horns in front of the cross member for the most part. You can kind of see everything's still in the right holes up there. That's pretty much what it looked like. I've been looking at old pictures to see what these upper bars look like. This cross member and everything on this thing was really nicely done, so I don't want to have to redo that. So that was my overflow tank. It worked pretty good until it broke. Anyway, let's step back here. That's what happens when your brother and friend decide to hang out at the shop. Yeah. Anyway, check it out, guys. Here's the frame. The old G-body frame. Not sure what this thing came off of, but it seems pretty straight. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna see swept up piles of dirt that I haven't picked up because I'm lazy. But you know, we're taking off shock mounts. We're not dealing with stock shocks. we're putting in weight jack buckets. We're cutting this here off, this rear clip part. We're gonna lop it off up here somewhere. The 199 car is done really nice on the back. I know y'all don't think that car is nice, but it actually is. Nicely built anyway. It's got a nice square tubing setup on the back that I like. Compared to the other cars that I have that are like that, I like the way that one is the best. It also has some square tubing down the frame rail, which I like, because as you know, that's a pretty weak point if you get T-boned or something. I've got the old Malibu. Y'all seen the tan car that I have with the hand-lettered numbers. It's bent right here in like a foot, and that's why that car is retired, because the whole car is crooked, so it's pretty messed up. But we're doing that. We're going to strengthen that up. Of course, like I said, this is going to be for an enduro, where we're going to plate the frame up in the front, try to clean that up. I'm going to redo this whole front cross member. If you could see, she's bent right there and right here. And what had happened with this car is, evidently they probably hit a curb or something with that center, and the motor mount's bent in that. So I've threw a tape measure on this thing. I can't find nothing else wrong with it. I'm gonna be redoing all that shit anyways. Taking these off, putting in the weight jack buckets, putting in our own upper control arm mounts. I'm gonna lop these off, square tube in the front end there, make that a lot stronger. Maybe it won't look like the wagon at some point, but a lot of big ideas. We will see exactly what it's going to look like at some point, and I'll probably change my mind 10 times on this thing, by the way. Here's our cage kit. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's all here or not, because I don't know what all comes in this kit. I know there's only one that length, so it kind of worries me. There's only one that's bent like that. I don't know. We've got a odd number of these, which is fine. It's got plenty of door bars. The way these cage kits are, you have door bars on both sides. I don't need door bars on both sides. We're doing that different. So, as I said, I'm not going to show you how to build a car. I'm going to show you that you can, because I've never built one. So we're going to build one with this cage kit. We're going to do it our own way. We're going to use the main 4-point cage and set it up, change up a few things on it, add a few things, take away a few things, and just make it more specific to how we want. I think that's pretty common. I think there's a lot of guys that build cars for people that do this. They get them a cage kit, and then they just make it their own. And I think that's a good way of going about it. But you don't have to do it that way. You can follow the directions, and there's nothing wrong with their setup. But for the car we're building, we're gonna spice it up some. So anyways, guys, that's the plan for right now. We're gonna get started on this thing here in the next day. We got a lot of rain coming, so I'm not gonna be messing with nothing outside. Got big projects coming up. We got races coming up. I'm gonna try to get something done on this thing at least one day a week. If I can burn a week up on it, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be our wagon right there, wagon 2.0. I don't know if I can make it better than this wagon is. I love the wagon, the grocery getter. I love the wagon. My favorite car of all time, and it's been an extremely well handling car, even bent, even after not changing springs for years. It's such a good car, and hopefully I can put enough into this other car to where it's going to be a good one. If you have a product that you would like to help us out with, donate it to the project, and we will advertise the shit out of you. I plan on putting a big banner up in the background, and we're going to have everybody that's helping us logo on there. Also have them on the page, on the videos. We're going to do, try to do some sort of product review type deal on every video. That's the plan. And I think it's going to be a neat deal, just to show, hey, You know, you can build your own car. If you have a little bit of mechanical experience, if you got a welder, you know how to do the simple stuff. There's everything in these catalogs for racing that to build a whole car and it not be a huge headache. So let's do it. Let's try to make this thing a race car. I'm excited about it. I've had people asking about this thing, and a lot of other people seem to be excited about it. I'm ready. I'm just ready to get started on it, and just getting the car in there, getting the frame in here, has me pretty pumped up about it. So I might be some late nights. There might be multiple videos in a week. I don't know, but we're gonna make it happen one way or another. I'm excited. Anyway, like I said, if you got a product that you want to promote that I could use on this car, even if it's a tool, I mean, we're open-ended here. I don't have everything. I've got a bunch of shit, but I don't have everything that I need. I'll be going over to Dragon Slayer Industries at some point, I'm sure. He's got a tube and bender. I don't, and I'm sure I'll need it for something at some point, and get him to help me cut a few things out on his plasma table. And he's just a primo fabricator, so leaning on him for some advice, leaning on our buddy Chris White for some advice. I'm sure I'll be calling some guys that I know that build their own stuff, or do their own front ends. Whatever I can get help wise, I'm all about, because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not too afraid to ask for help. So that's it, guys. This is episode 1 of Project Home Built. We're going to build this thing.